All right, good afternoon. We don't get the big room very often, do we? All right. I'm glad to see you all here. We do have some good people here that will hopefully answer questions and get you the answers you deserve to hear, the right answers. Over on the other table, on the right hand, my right hand side, is Paul Campos? No. That's not his last name. You already blew it. That's Paul Ortiz. Okay. He is the general manager for broadband services for VMS. Next to him, I know this guy is Jose Campos. Okay. Jose is the director of general services for VMS. He's been here quite a while, so he can help us with more answers. And next to him is Bailey Richner. Is that right, Richner? All right. And she's with Ting. Okay. They've put together a nice little presentation here that we're going to go through. Hold your questions for a little bit. They'll stop and answer questions. So a lot of your questions could be taken care of during the presentation to make it a little bit more speedy. And after we're done with the questions, they will have, if time permits, which it looks like it should, a demonstration on the DirecTV presentation that we will all be seeing. Haven't seen that one myself, so this should be a good educating process for us. So, and then we'll probably have some questions after that too. So without wasting any more time, Paul, I think it's your turn.
Perfect. Actually, I'm going to steal a little bit from him. Hi, everyone. My name is Jose Campos. A pleasure to be with you today. Excited to come and talk to you a little bit about two different things today. So just as a reminder, today we are going to be talking about Ting Internet as well as DirecTV. And that's how we're going to be able to receive our programming. So just as President Prater talked about, we're going to have a short presentation, and then it's really going to be about what you guys want to know. And we're going to open it up. There's a couple of microphones down here in the aisleways, and we'll have you ask your questions, and we'll do our best to answer them. So with that being said, we do have a couple of introductory slides that we'd like to go over with you. And so I tried my best to just go ahead and sum up the entirety of what we're doing in just one slide. So I know it's kind of busy up there, but essentially what we're talking about are 5 phases to this fiber project. And the first 2 have to do with fiber vaults and construction of the mainline fiber line. The first 2 pictures that you see down here on the left, and they have to do with the infrastructure as far as what the fiber is. And as well, I don't know if it's a reminder or not, but I didn't know what it was. Previously, we were getting the majority of your internet through coaxial cable and through fiber, but it doesn't go all the way to your home. Now we will be taking fiber, which is essentially glass, and using light to transmit information directly into your homes. So in order for us to do that, we're going to build the skeleton or an infrastructure, if you will, of this fiber line all throughout the community and directly to get into your homes. So again, the first 2 phases you'll be able to see as people and construction workers come near your homes. They're going to be digging up vaults. You may have seen a lot of the miles and miles of fiber that has been laid out. And that's what we're talking about. But something maybe a little bit more near and dear to you is going to be that third picture. We call this the pre-wiring of every building with fiber. So you may have seen, or you will see, some construction folks come out, and underneath your eaves you'll see a channel, a raceway is what we call it. That's where they'll be taking this fiber and distributing it throughout all of your homes. So the idea, again, is to go from our head-end building, go through the streets, all the way into your homes. And that's what we call pre-wiring. And then number 4, which we're all excited about, is to have the actual fiber installed into your homes. So that's the installation. Once the wire comes into your home, then we will be using 2 devices. We have a couple of samples down here that, let me walk around here. Sorry. This little gray guy here is our little ONT, and this is very similar to what your modem does today. So you already have a modem, is how you get it. This is your new modem essentially for fiber. It's called an ONT, but essentially a modem. And then it's going to go to a router. So you currently have, how many people have West Coast internet here? Right? The vast majority of you. And for that, you also have a modem, and you also have a router, this wonderful UFO-looking thing with big antennas, right? This will be your new router, nice, small. And it comes with every flavor of white that's available. So that's essentially what you're going to be getting when it comes as far as installation is concerned. And after all that is said and done, that's how you'll get your internet. Then we'll use that internet to get you programming. We'll do that using DirecTV. We've done a couple of these for the last couple of months, and I got to tell you, probably 60–80% of our questions are about DirecTV. We're happy to answer those for you, but just as a reminder that that rollout doesn't even begin until August. So happy to answer those questions for you. Just, if I were you, I'd forget between now and August. But if time permits, we'll actually show you a demo of that DirecTV as well. But back to fiber and internet, going back to number 3, we have a little bit of a video to show you what we're talking about when it comes to pre-wiring. So it stars our own Lupe Hinojosa.
Hello, my name is Lupe Hinojosa, and I am the Fiber Deployment Specialist for Ting. Today we're going to talk a little bit about our pre-wiring. Pre-wiring is a process in which we run the cable on the outside in preparation for your installation. During this process, you're going to receive a 60-day notice. That 60-day notice is basically letting you know that we're going to have crews that are going to be out here working. Please keep your gates open. If your patio is enclosed and there is a lock on it, please leave it unlocked for the crews to come in, and it can be a little bit easier for the guys to get the wiring done in your home. We'll see some fiber optic cables hanging on the outside of your building, and some of the cable covers will still be off. Within 1 to 2 days, we will return to actually cover that up and make sure everything is sealed and clear. And to ensure that you receive important updates, confirm your phone number and email address with Resident Services at residentservices@vmsinc.org or call 949-597-4600.
All right, perfect, thank you. So just to clarify there, you don't have to be home in order for us to pre-wire your building, right? We're just going to be going to the outside of it. But that was a good little video to show us what's going to take place. As far as installation, of course, we do need somebody or an adult to be home. We'd have a video about that as well, so we'll get some more detail with that.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, how are you? My name is Lupe. I'm with Ting. I'm the installer for you today. Are you ready for my installation?
By all means, come on
All right,
in.
I got to first put on some shoe covers if you don't mind.
Don't mind a bit.
Mark, so today we're going to go ahead and install an ONT for you.
Okay.
ONT stands for Optical Network Terminal. That's a big word. However, what is an ONT? An ONT is a modem. The modem is going to be installed on the wall right by your window here in just a few minutes. It will take me approximately about 10 to 15 minutes to install this.
Well, that's not bad.
You'll see me walking in and out, and that's just me punching in the cable, and then we're going to seal every single hole that we drill for you.
Great.
At the end, we're going to install a router for you. It's called an Eero router. It's a mesh, and I'll give you instructions on how to download the app.
Okay.
Downloading and installing the Eero app is very easy. Just follow the next 3 steps and you're ready to set up your Eero pod. Open the App Store. Search for Eero. Press Get to download the Eero app.
Okay, Mark, so we went ahead and installed your ONT, and your ONT is mounted on the wall here.
Right.
Now, there's going to be 3 solid lights. We need to see those lights always solid at all times. Okay. There's a power light, There's a broadband light, and then there's a service light. The power light indicates that there's power, sufficient power coming into the ONT.
Right.
The broadband light indicates that there's light levels. In other words, that there is signal coming from the outside.
Okay.
The last light is the actual service light. That means you paid your bill. Now, if you paid your bill, you're going to get a service light, or your service is ready to be used.
Good.
There is a fourth light. The fourth light blinks intermittently, and that light will blink when there is activity going on in your home network. Now, let's talk a little bit about setting up your app, your Eero app.
Okay.
Create an Eero account. Enter your phone number or email address. We'll send a verification code to you via text message. Enter this code on the verification screen of the app to create your account. Create your Eero network. After tapping Next, the Eero app will begin to look for your new Eero device. Your Gateway Eero's LED will begin to flash blue and then turn a solid blue once found. Once your Eero device has been detected, select a location for your Eero device. Enter your network name and network password. This is how devices will join your network.
Now that you've downloaded the app and we've actually set up your app and we set up your Wi-Fi, here's where you can write down your username and your password. Your SSID is your actual username for your Wi-Fi. So when people come to your home, they're going to say, what's your Wi-Fi number? Well, what's your Wi-Fi name? This is the card that you can give them. It's going to show you the password for your Wi-Fi and your unique name to your home.
That makes this so much easier if there are any problems in the future for all of us.
Now, if there's any problems, and hopefully there's never problems, but if there is any problems, I'm leaving you behind a couple of magnets that you can put on your refrigerator and you can have
Wonderful.
handy.
They're going right up on the door of the refrigerator when you leave.
Thanks, Mark. I really appreciate it.
All right, so now you guys are all experts on the pre-wire and the installation, right? So we'll talk a little bit more about what is actually going to go on with those, but just wanted to give you a timeline. The purple line here is supposed to represent the infrastructure itself. That began back in June. We anticipate that going all the way through October. The green line is the actual resident installs. Some of you have been installed already. Are there any users currently on Ting? So good. So we're starting to see a few of you, so that's good. We actually did start in United. I'll show you a map in just a second, but again, DirecTV is something that's going to be starting to be rolled out in between August and November. So just wanted to give you a great timeline. This is a map of the community, and just so you know, we have started in the southeast section between gates 1, 2, and 3. That's where we've come in, and we're working our way counterclockwise. So depending on where you are, will be when we'll get to you. We do anticipate getting to everyone by the end of the year. That's our very realistic and very difficult to get to goal, but that's what we're working on. So this is a good thing here. But just to tell you a little bit as far as the service, I saw that most of you are receiving internet currently through West Coast Internet. Are you familiar with what speeds you have? Some of you have 65 meg, some of you have 100, 200. West Coast even offers 500 megabytes. For Ting, everybody is going to have access to 2,000 megabytes up and 2,000 megabytes down, so it's going to be a vast improvement. We've had a couple of users, actually, the gentleman in the video, many of you know him, his name is Mark, and he is an avid photographer, and he was just commenting on how much he's enjoying his service because of the upload. And that's when you're putting something onto the internet or saving it, oftentimes with, for example, West Coast Internet, the upload is much slower than the actual download. With Ting Internet, you'll have 2,000 megabytes up and 2,000 down, so pretty significant there. So we're excited about that. And as far as cost, I know everyone asked me about cost. Right now, you write a couple of different checks. You write a check for your HOA, you write a check to West Coast Internet, maybe you have set-top boxes. All of that will be included in your monthly assessments beginning in 2027. So that's what we're looking at as far as all of those are concerned. And this slide here is just to let you know that in addition to all of the reaching out that we're doing, such as these meetings that we're having today, we've partnered with the PC Club, and they're really helping us out. They're really showing us the Eero experience, meaning the modem that's going to come to your home, how to use that, how to extend it. He has a couple of different classes there, so he's willing to go ahead and put up his phone number. Get a lot of questions as far as specific needs. One of the things that we didn't talk much about is when they've come to install your unit, they will connect 2 devices for you. Now let me just be clear here. The device can handle 120 devices, more than you probably have. So that's not the issue. The issue is our installers aren't going to sit there and connect every lamp and refrigerator and oven and everything else that you have connected to the internet. So we'll connect 2 for you, show you how to do it. Again, it's going to work on a very simple username and password. We'll give you a little piece of paper so you can write down your username and password, and you can add any other devices. But should you need a little bit of extra help, the PC Club will have some classes and demonstrations on how to do that. And in addition, they also have a couple of folks that are willing to come over for a fee and give you some more hands-on if that's what you need. But their phone number's on the screen as well. And that's really the shtick that we have as far as our presentation is concerned. Again, we want to listen to what you have to say and see what's on your mind and what questions that you have for us. So again, there's 2 microphones that are up here. If you can just please come up and share your questions with us. We'll do our best to answer them.
Hi, my name is Art Kellner. I had my Ting installed a couple of days ago. It didn't go like what I saw. And the questions I have, first off, would be the speed. Should I be getting that upload-download speed now?
What's your Manor number?
915B as in boy.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk about the installation. I'm curious to know what issues you may have had, what challenges did you see? We've had a number of crews here in our community, and especially early in the project, wasn't meeting the quality that we expected. Those crews are no longer on the property. I'm happy to continue to toss people out of the property if they're not respecting you and respecting the property and doing the installation per our standards.
Okay.
So usually people will call me or email me or somehow get a hold of our staff so that we can take care of you. We're not going to leave you in the dark. We're not going to let you go through difficult issues. We will manage that for you. You just let us know.
Okay. The biggest issue I had to back up from the installation is where the unit was going to be placed. The best phrase to describe my experience of trying to get answers to this is the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. There are so many contractors and so many layers of people here that they don't know. I get different answers from different supervisors. I had an install originally scheduled for Monday. Before that, I had reached out to Ting directly. I went to events. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And I just don't want it in the living room, that's all. And nobody could explain to me anything. To cut this short, I live in a Seville unit. It's a 2-story unit. I'm told it has to go in the living room. It can't go anywhere else. And 2 of my neighbors had it installed in the loft.
Okay, so there are quite a different crews out there, like we talked about. We have a whole crew that's doing all the mainline construction that you mostly see in the common area and the sidewalk. Trying to figure out where not to get your feedback here. So that's one crew. The installation is another crew. So that's the people actually come in your home. Now you just said something. You said that you want it in a bedroom.
I wanted it in the downstairs bedroom.
Yeah. So
where there was a channel running directly to the
so
cable.
what it is, your exterior channel goes down, and usually there's one in the living room and there's one in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. For those of you that were reading the letters to the editor, the very few months that this project started, it was Ting, stay out of our bedroom. Very offensive, angry people. So, we can't guess where everybody wants it to be, and we can't do custom installations. This is fiber to the home, so it's a direct line of fiber. It's not like we can put a little connector on there and then give you another 20 yards or 20 feet. So we had to develop a standard so that for one, the installers would know that, hey, our biggest priority, unless there's something dramatic happening in there, to go in the living room. So that's why they're now, having a challenge with that. Like you said, you've heard a couple of our presentations. In the last 6 months, that's all we've told everybody. We're going in the living room. It's the GRF, it's their standard. And unless there's really a reason why we can't get in that living room, then we'll have to consider the bedroom, because obviously we want to get in the home somehow. But their priority is the living room.
Yeah, I got that, but then, like I said, it was installed somewhere else because for whatever reason they saw it was in the loft. And the thing that, I don't want to belabor this point totally, but people have put, as I have, time and effort into aesthetically preparing the the unit, making sure whatever, and all of a sudden I'm going to have a big gray box sitting in the middle of a living room. Also, there's the other consideration for people who have home businesses, like I used to. I don't use that so much anymore, although I'm starting to dabble back in, where I have a home office in the downstairs bedroom. I prefer the unit there to get the best signal or be able to plug directly into Ethernet. There's no consideration for that whatsoever, and all of a sudden you're stuck with what they do. And the final question, and then I'll sit down and take your answer, is the speed. I was told by, and I can talk to you offline here, but the installer that I had should not, he had a lot of attitude. And he didn't even, he kind of almost stormed out. He was annoyed. He told me that I wouldn't get 2,000 because all I'm getting is 300, which is basically what I pay for now. And also he told me I couldn't use the Eero app. He set it up, and I was stuck with whatever password and name he gave me, as opposed to what I'm used to doing, which is assigning a password that I want to use, which would automatically connect everything already in the house. So that is just part of the confusion.
All right. It's a kind of a rough start so far, but I totally agree with you. As you can hear, that was Bailey typing away profusely. So whoever was the crew in 915B is going to get some coaching first, and then they're going to get kicked off the team. So we'll get into that. Jose mentioned 2,000, and we kind of oversell it, right? It's up to. And you look at any internet contract you sign, Verizon, Cox Communications, you'll see the up to. And that means, yes, we can sell you 300, but we can go up to 2,000. That's what they're promoting. You sound like, and this is happening, we were told the Eero will cover 2,000 square feet. And honestly, the construction and the structures of a lot of these properties built in the 60s, they use a lamblaster or something like that. It's some kind of plaster, lamblaster, but it really does not help Wi-Fi signals. Wi-Fi mostly works in open areas, and it's line of sight more so. So if somebody buried your ONT and your router in the corner of some room and you expect it to go down the hall and down into your living room where you spend most of your time, it's going to be difficult. The option is, and a lot of people don't like this, is that you buy another Eero. They just need to be talking to each other. So you have the one that the GRF and Ting provided you. You go to Amazon, and honestly it is about $130 to $150. And you have them talk to each other, and you put that, so if the installation is in your living room and your office is in the back bedroom or even in that other bedroom, if you have 2 bedrooms, just put that other Eero there, and you don't have to write letters to the editor or get really upset or anxious about anything, and that's how it works. And honestly, that's how it works in the real world. In Cox Communication, they give you a router, they put it all where they want to put it, and then it's like, well, my son is a video game person and we get no signal. So you got to go buy something, a repeater or something, or another router to talk to it. So first of all, we'll find out who that crew was, because that's obviously we don't want that to happen. And I hope that answers some of your questions. Again, I'm on email. You can call me, come out, talk, take a look at certain things. That unit that he's talking about is very interesting because it kind of has a loft. The loft is actually the best place to put that because it's above the living room, so it has pretty good coverage, and it catches that one bedroom in the back, but you have problems with that other bedroom downstairs. But if you had another E-row, you would just mesh them, and you would be done. I'd like to talk to you again, if we could. Oh, Bailey has... Drew probably has it. Drew, it's Bailey's mic.
Hello. Hi. Sorry, I would just like to apologize for your experience. I will rectify this. Thank you for sharing.
Hi, I had Ting come, and I have to say, it was a while before they finally finished because they had some problems outside with something that wasn't working, and they had to come back a few times, and I had to empty my bookcase, which was pretty onerous, but in all it works. However, it's in the bedroom, a spare bedroom, and then the living room is where the television is. And on Saturday night especially, Netflix just buffers and buffers and then goes off. It seems like if you have that much bandwidth and everything, that shouldn't happen. We were sort of promised that.
Right, because Netflix only takes 25 megabits per second to actually give you solid, transmission, so you shouldn't have that problem.
Right.
One thing we need to preface is you all live in United, so if you were part of those first crews that were working here, we're coming back to your building, we're coming back to your homes to make sure it was done right. So I'm guessing if you're anywhere from 400 or below your building, we're going to come see you again and make sure everything is working properly. And she just mentioned it, right? They put it in her bedroom. Well, they're not putting these installations in the bedroom anymore. That tells me that she's probably one of the first buildings, and we need to, make sure that, your signal is working properly and you're seeing. I've seen routers on the floor. A lot of us, it's just common sense. It's like, well, if that was your house, you're not going to put the router on the floor. It's going to be up a little bit higher. We're also finding out that if you look at that E-row router, it comes with a little 3-foot Ethernet cable. Well, they have 10-foot cable that they can give you, and you can ask for it.
Oh,
and
I had to buy it. They told me to go buy one.
They told you to go buy one. See, so they now have been told that, look, I don't want to see that on the floor. Get it up on the top of the credenza or somewhere a shelf, and put 10-foot cables into everyone's home, into everyone's truck in case you need it. And you could, the cables are weird looking because they come in weird colors, but now they're coming in actual natural colors. And you can get a 25-foot one for like $10. And so you could just go and put that somewhere. So that's one solution, but...
Well, I did put one up. I put
there
it
you go.
up on top, but
Good.
I still can't get Netflix.
Because it's, as I mentioned just a while ago, if we go to your... Would you write her Manor number down? What's your Manor number?
735B as in boy.
Yeah, so if we go to 735, we're probably going to see the ONT and the router in a corner in the back bedroom, and then they think it's going to get Wi-Fi signal through the hallway and down the way into the living room, and that's probably why you're having some challenges.
Well,
there.
you took my number, but what would you do about it?
I'm going to come see you and see if we can fix it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's why I'm here. I do this all the time. I'll see people out in the field and they'll just pull me over. But we're here to serve you.
Well,
we're not going
to.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There's a mic over here too if y'all want to swap.
Hello, my name is Sharon Bogan. I'm at 455C, and my internet connection has been connected to Ting. However, the connection works well with all of my devices except for my printer because it's not connected. It's connected wirelessly. And so every time I try and connect it, it works for a little bit and then it crashes. and I am constantly having to go to Laguna Woods Tech and get somebody to come out and hook this up for me again. And I just wonder what can be done about that without having something that's 50 feet long connecting my computer to my printer.
Where's your printer?
It's in my bedroom along with my computer.
Is your router in the bedroom?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be talking right away. What we found with printers is that they like to stay where they're familiar, and they like to stay on the West Coast Internet network. And Gary did some tests, and we actually are requesting you to leave your network name the same. So your eRO is going to have the same network name, whatever it might be, and your password is going to be the same, so that all of your equipment is talking kind of back and forth to either one. Because we're asking you to stay with West Coast Internet until the end of the year, because as we've just heard, there's challenges, and there's going to be there's barely less than 2,000 people on right now, and we have 11,000 to go. There's going to be some work to be done. So keep that West Coast Internet going, and sometimes the printer especially is bouncing back and forth from networks. So I would just see what network the printer is on and make sure it's on the Ting network. And then maybe even disconnect your West Coast Internet, just unplug it, and then see if it stays stable. And then if Ting is doing testing and will notify you we're having outages and we're doing testing, then you can plug your cable modem and your Netgear router back in.
Well, I have tried to follow all of these directions that you just gave me, kind of went in one ear and out the other ear. And so it will work sometimes, and then it crashes, and I haven't done anything differently. And it's again, probably because it's wirelessly connected, but that's going to make me make a huge change in my house in order to get things connected.
Your printer probably, if you have a pretty new printer.
I have a new printer. I had to get a new printer.
You could just go straight Ethernet from your printer, one of those funky yellow, red, blue cables. And there's 2 ports here, one for the ONT, and one could be for your printer. So if you connected one of those cables to the printer and to this, it's like a printer cable from the old days, you would be better off. But if not, I will follow up with you next week and see if you had any success, and if not, we'll have myself, and then of course the PC Club is working with their resident experts, and they're really helpful as well.
Yeah.
But these are items it's a new project, it's construction, it's going to be dusty, dirty, it's going to be measured perfectly, but we're going to do our best to make sure you get the service that you deserve.
Thank you.
But I'd like to interject here a little bit as far as some of the things that Paul just said. First is going to be the username. I'm going to give you a little bit of homework today. If you can go home and find out what your current West Coast Internet username and passwords are, when we come in and we install Ting, we can give the new system the same username and the same password. And what that's going to do for you is when it's time to switch everything over, we'll turn off West Coast and turn on Ting, and all of your devices will automatically migrate over. One of the issues that may be happening to the nice lady that just spoke is that the printer is trying to find 2 different connections. It's both trying to find West Coast and it's trying to find Ting. So one of the things that Paul just mentioned is simply go over and unplug your West Coast Internet. If you unplug it, you'll still have it available in case there's a planned outage or anything like that, and we'll notify you. But if you unplug it, then your systems won't get confused. Because again, all of your systems, all of your machines, printers, everything else is simply looking for a username and a password. So that's what the recommendation is. And the same thing may be true for the other person that was talking about Netflix. I'm curious as to, we need to make sure that it's actually trying to get onto Ting versus West Coast. Again, if they're both on, sometimes that causes a little bit of confusion for your devices.
Before we start again, how many of you are basketball fans? Yeah. The technical sign? Sometimes I get too technical or talk too fast, so give me the technical sign, and I'll slow down and try and... John Cornell already gave me the sign. Yes, sir.
Okay, my biggest issue is where they put the connection when it came into the closet in the bigger bedroom. It's about a foot off the floor, and the box you got right there, they just set it on the floor. If they would have just raised it up, moved over, and come in through the wall outside the closet, instead of having all of that stuff sitting on the floor. Besides, if you don't leave the door open, you're going to generate a lot of heat, and that's going to improvise the system too. So if they...
Yes, sir. Again, you're one of the... we knew this was going to be a challenge because you're in United, and we're in the first phases of United. I don't think we have one Third Mutual customer yet, because we haven't been to those properties yet. So the meeting at Third Mutual went pretty well because we haven't been there yet. But yes, sir. So what is your Manor number?
Okay, if they raise it up
Yeah.
and move it over so it
yeah.
comes through the wall, the fiber optic cable is going to be long enough without cutting it or anything.
Yes, sir.
So they can come through the wall. It's going to be above the floor. I'll have to put a shelf in for the router, but that's not a big ordeal.
Yes, sir. What's your Manor number?
736A.
We'll take care of you. We'll go over there and take a look at it.
Say again?
We'll come over and take a look at it.
I'm sorry, still.
We'll be there and take care of it. We'll look at it.
Okay.
Okay?
So,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It's like Monopoly.
Okay. Luckily, I had a very good installation experience. Guy was really nice, came, they were quick. But I also have the box very low. He didn't mention anything about a 10-foot cable, bringing it high up. And since that's been installed, in my bedroom, I can't get Netflix or any other app on my bedroom TV at all. It just won't happen.
Is your TV on the Ting network? Did you go to your network settings and change it?
I don't know. I
See,
asked
yeah.
him to do that, and he said it was done, but I don't know.
So when he came in, he's going to mention to you or she that we can do two devices. Usually people want their laptop and their phone. So then that means he also did your television, which usually they don't, because you usually would rather use your phone and your laptop or tablet. So what's your Manor number, please?
691G.
691G. That's probably a 10-foot Ethernet cable. Okay.
So we can lift it,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that way it should make it to the bedroom.
It will
Or I
help a
could
lot.
have
It
that
will help a
device
lot.
specifically added, the TV in the bedroom specifically added.
Right. Yep. And then we want to make sure when you go home that you check your settings and you see your Wi-Fi, and it'll have all these networks, including your neighbors, and just make sure you're on the Ting network, and it should connect and work properly.
Okay. And how do you know if you're on Ting versus
Well, okay,
the other
you
one?
saw in that video they left the card with the network name and password. Did they leave you the leave behind card?
Well, he asked me, I set my own network name and my own password.
Okay, so then you should know it. And
But
that's
it's
what
the same for both.
Okay,
like you
and
said.
so your TV should be seeing that network and password, and you should be connected to it. You just want to make sure it's checked and it's connected to it. It sounds like it might not be.
Okay.
And then the Ethernet cable will come by and drop one off for you, or put it in for you.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a little bit different situation, so maybe you could clarify some things for me. First of all, I don't have West Coast, I have AT&T. Okay, so that's my Wi-Fi network right now. I also don't have a smart TV, which I'm going to need to get for everything, but and also the situation with the printer as well. But I'm just wondering how, I don't have a smartphone either. So where do I put an app?
So just think of it as whatever you're using now, whether it's your smartphone, your flip phone, your Zenith console TV, all we're doing is replacing your West Coast internet. Think of it as regular gas with super unleaded Ting gas. But everything else is going to work as long as you don't change things. So just having Ting doesn't mean that these other devices won't work. If it works on Wi-Fi, it's going to work with that device. But it sounds like you should probably get a smart TV because you're going to enjoy it. And then your AT&T is going to be interesting for you because you're going to be charged for your Ting internet whether you have AT&T or not. So I would eventually cancel AT&T once you get all your system up and running, and then in January of next year, you would not have to pay AT&T anymore, which I'm sure is $50 or $60 at the very least, and you'll save that each month.
Okay, and what about the app? Can the app be installed on my laptop for Ting?
Yes, and let's talk about the Eero app. We do include it. We've had some of these crews not even install the Eero app on your phone because that's one of the things you can or should do. But it doesn't mean that your system's not going to work if you don't. The app just enables you to check it and see what devices are on your network. And hey, one of them's down, and you want to speed test, and that's, a lot of people like to do that. It doesn't mean your system's not going to work though. If you have a flip phone, you don't have a smartphone, you're not going to get the app on that. So honestly, I just said you really don't need the app. As long as you're getting Wi-Fi signal, and you'll know because your laptop, the little radar sign, the bars will go up. If your bars are 3, you're doing fine. So the app, don't get caught up in the app. I mean, it's a nice little thing. If you're one of those speed tester people, hey, I'm going 1,600 in the living room, and oh wow, in the kitchen I'm going 1,300. What's going on? It's more than enough for me and my video playing kids. Okay?
Okay. And for the because I also have a landline which is connected through AT&T, which I'm going to lose that because Ting, there's no way to do phone Wi-Fi with Ting. But is it going to matter?
Whatever you're doing with your landline, if it's going through a router or AT&T is providing that for you, that's going to be the rub right there, because if you cancel your AT&T Wi-Fi, they might just say, well, then you're going to lose your landline, because that's how all the cable operators used to do it.
Exactly.
How many of you have a landline? 1, 2, yeah. Those old phone jacks are going away, and so is that little cable jack that you have. Those are 10 years from now, everybody's going to go, what is that? Yeah.
Okay.
So, a bit different because of her association with AT&T.
So then, basically speaking, when they connect Ting, that Wi-Fi will be running, my AT&T Wi-Fi will be running, and there could be interference between the two, or?
Probably not. As long as you name that network name and password the same, all your devices are going to think, oh yeah, that's Joe. I know Joe.
Okay, so then I want to use my AT&T network password.
Yeah, stick with it. Because AT&T really isn't different than West Coast Internet, right? It just happens to be West Coast Internet is your homegrown internet company. So most of you have them.
Okay.
Very few people have AT&T or Verizon.
Okay, thank you.
I want to talk a little bit about smart TVs versus unsmart TVs. I don't know, dumb TVs. How many of us have smart TVs? How many have dumb TVs? How many don't know?
I have both.
And a lot of us don't, right? And basically what a smart TV is a TV that can connect to the internet. So we realize that not everyone does have smart TV, so one of the things that we were able to negotiate with DirecTV is that every home will be getting two, we call these Gemini devices. Basically, this is your set-top box. And what's nice about this is it will make any of your TVs into a smart TV. As long as your TV can take an HDMI cable, then it will be able to connect this onto it, and you'll be able to put all your different apps on here. You'll be able to watch programming, Netflix, Hulu, you name it. We'll be able to put it on there.
Yeah, we're hoping to demonstrate that to you if we have enough time.
Currently, I'm getting 70 down and 5 up, so I'm really excited about almost 2,000. That's my, although I'm a little disappointed that the word almost got in there, but that's okay, because that's a big improvement. Right now, I have 2 connections in my house. One is in the bedroom, one is in the living room, which is exactly, is that where you guys are going to come in? Exactly in that same spot, so that I'm kind of a geek, so I got a lot of stuff, and I got everything connected, and I kind of want to prepare my brain for where you guys are going to be. Am I expecting 2 boxes, one in my bedroom, one in the living room?
Yeah, so that's one thing. If you remember the slide, those boxes are only, the gray box is on the wall, and the router is only as long as the Ethernet cable you have. So they're usually pretty close to each other.
Okay.
We tell the crew to keep it level with the outlet because you need power. Now, you just mentioned, the living room. So their standards are to get as close to that raceway outside that goes into your living room, pull that out, and then drill as close as possible without damaging our coaxial cable, and that's where they will enter. That's the standard. So I tell people, go outside, and you'll probably realize it now, there's all these little metal raceways on the buildings now, and you'll see it end. And if it's going to end right about here, that's where they should be entering.
So your little gray box will be in my living room, more or less in the same spot that the other modem is, where the other modem is connected.
More than likely, yes, sir.
Because this way I don't have to do everything. I got a mesh system now, and that was my second question. I put in a mesh system in to get better throughout my unit. Will your unit allow me to add to it a mesh system, or do I have to go out and buy my own routers?
I'm looking over here at Gary, but our understanding is the Eero 7 wants to talk to its own family.
That's what I kind of figured. I was a little concerned about
so
that.
You would get another. You could get an Eero 6, and Gary has a terrific demonstration of that, which is a little bit cheaper. So that's your child, and you're done.
I just want that same bandwidth. We've got like a couple of different rooms, and I want to share the same bandwidth throughout the house, so I don't have like just one spot.
And see, you all should do that too. Anyone's birthday or Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Ask for an Eero 7 or an Eero 6 and put it in the other room, and you're done. You don't have to worry about anything. What's your Manor number, please?
I'm sorry?
What's your Manor number?
2253C.
You're a security guard, aren't you?
Sorry?
Ambassador?
I am an ambassador? No.
No. In security?
Actually, I'm retired IT manager, so I kind of...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Never mind.
In that case, here you go.
So I've kind of done this before. I've laid fiber cable. I'm very familiar with the process, and I'm just kind of wrap my head around all the new toys I can now attach to your system.
Well, we're trying to help you.
Well, thank you very much. One last question. So there is one Ethernet port on your, and that's it, and then whatever I hook?
Well, there's 2.
2, but you need one.
Yes, sir.
And I can hook my own?
You could put it to a switch.
Yeah, which I already got all of it. I'll take care of it. Thank you.
Okay, I need to show you this.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
This is a real sick. She's showing me Amazon right now. Is that the Eero 7? Yes. I believe so. Yes, but you can get the 7. Well, don't. Shouldn't be. Huh? Yeah, the extender will work. Don't buy anything yet. Let's talk a little bit later. Okay? Yeah, it's interesting because she just showed me during the holidays that Eero 7 was $130 $30, and now it's $179. But if you go in with okay, but make sure we get the extender one. We don't want to confuse anyone, but before you buy anything, let's talk about it. Again, you can always find me or ask questions. Yes, ma'am. And if you go in with 3, they sell them as a 3-pack, and it ends up being like $110 for each one. So if you or your neighbor, or if you need to, or give one to your grandson, it's much cheaper that way. Yes, sir.
Sir?
Okay. I recently had a printer problem also, and what I found out is that you should always go into your network settings and make sure that auto reconnect is on. It's a setting, and if you have auto reconnect on and it's on the other one, what Paul says, they can ping back together. So you got to turn one of those systems off. If there's, you can't have West Coast running and Ting running, and that helps a lot of it. But you should go in and check on your phone, if auto reconnect is on, because when you leave the house, it drops off, and that's why when you come home, it reconnects, and that helps you very much.
Thank you. Jim had a question right here.
I have a Major League Baseball package, and which I access via the internet. Will I have to do anything when Ting is installed to continue to get that?
No. If you have Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, NBA, Major League Baseball, whatever sports package you're buying from an internet provider or a programmer, it's kind of even hard to say what they are. They're streamers, right? So you would just have better Wi-Fi, and you wouldn't have any, if you are having any buffering or latency right now. So if you have any of those packages, it's going to be transparent to you. It's just going to be a better experience for you.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
It's probably going to be repetitive, or maybe competitive. I have right now 1 bedroom as an office with my laptop and printer, and 1 bedroom is where my television is. So my question, and I don't have any of that stuff in my living room, but the Ting guys said it has to go in the living room, even though I had cable into the back 2 bedrooms. So am I going to be able to have what I have now, one set up in the bedroom number 1 and one set up in my bedroom office number 2? And I have a flip phone. I don't have any of the tablet features phones, so I can't do the app through that.
Yeah, again, you don't really need the app, but eventually maybe you get a smartphone.
Well, I have promised to stop being a Luddite at some point, yes, but meanwhile, I just want what I got now.
Yes, and you are, you have to kind of think about this. She's mentioning again that they insisted it go in the living room, which I'm glad they stuck to their guns and said, yes, we need to go in the living room, because you have to think about this technology completely different. So we have a little thin piece of fiber coming out of a box on your building, and most of the time it's going to be coming from one direction. Now, cable, and especially our houses that have been here for 60 years, people have put in little extenders and little extensions and like connected that cable and then cut the wall and then gave it another cable into this room that got into that room. Well, fiber doesn't work that way. You don't just tie it together, which coaxial cable we really can. So that's why it's kind of unique, different now. That it's hard for us to think about, well, wait a second, you're already coming into my bedroom. What's the problem? Well, the problem is we're coming around this building, and now I have to put another 200 yards of fiber and go into the molding and then come in this way. And it's very expensive. So we're like, okay, we're just hitting every living room of this style of building.
Well, actually, what was done on my unit is just the opposite of that. These 2 bedrooms that I described are closest to the box in the back of the building. and they ran it all the way across the building to the front.
To where the
When-
living room is?
Yes.
Yeah, because we told them that, because you all told us
So
to stay
it's-
out of your bedroom.
Well, I didn't tell you that, but, and some other people haven't told you that. And some people have it in a closet, and some people have it in a bedroom, and yada, yada. But my point is that they ran it the longest way possible, and you just told me that you're trying to run it the shortest way possible.
And it
So-
really depends on the style. You're going to have to help me out, Cindy, once in a while, okay? It really depends on the style of the building, and like you said, you actually mentioned a box. The lock box is where what we call a network interface device.
Okay.
Does someone give me the technical? on
Thank
that?
you.
And that's where the fiber is going to each home. And for you, you know, in this, we did have to pivot because those guys were just putting it in wherever was easiest.
Well, it
And
would
then-
have been easier
Yeah, but
where
honestly,
I have
we
it
had,
now.
we had so many complaints about going in the bedroom that we just said, okay, that's not going to happen anymore. We're going in the living room. And that way there was no confusion for the installers too. You're going in the living room. And the pre-wire guys, you know, they go and they drop this cable by the living room. They go to the next building, next building, next building. The installer comes in. He's got, say, 15 feet of cable, and now you're telling him to get all the way in the back of the manor there. It's not going to happen.
But I'm not telling him that. I'm
In
telling
your
him
instance,
to
in
put
your
it
instance,
closest
yeah.
to where
Yeah.
that technical box is.
When we did the fiber network and coaxial new network in 95 and 99, every home had what we call two drops. One was in the bedroom and one was in the living room. And so,
Right, that's
and,
what I
and
had.
fiber is different because we don't need to be wrapping around rooms and closets. It's just Wi-Fi. It's like electricity that you just need to get into a good location. And the living room is really the best location. And that's what we're trying to stick to.
So, second part of this question, which is, will I have what I had before? Is it my understanding then that there will be enough ability from my living room back to the two bedrooms that I have all my technical stuff in now? In other words, do I have to get some kind of second installation for that?
Honestly, if I was any of you and I lived here and I was going through this experience, I would just spend $150 and get my other router in the back bedroom and never ever worry about it again.
Okay, that's what I needed to
honestly,
know.
as a whole, that $150 is going to be a lot cheaper than having us bring a crew back out here and re-cable the entire building or adjust your building in the way that you want it to. You know, if you can just have that other device talk to your main router.
So I have that option there
You're
too.
done. Yeah.
Okay, that helps. Thank you.
Hi, Paul. Nancy Carlson. I want you to write my manor number, 303A. So I was part of that original group where they were cutting their teeth, and there were a lot of issues. And we had some emails, and when the pre-wiring went in, they were having wires hanging down from windows and everything else. And I just want to compliment you because you did send a crew out right away. I sent you images, and then you did send a crew out right away just to deal with the pre-wiring things. And then I attended the GRF meeting where you said, I know everybody's got some complaints. We fired the blah, 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 blah. So you've respected your word. So I'm having some of the same issues too. When they came out to install, I won't reiterate what other people had, but something that we noticed in mine, and I don't know if they've solved the problem, is I had a smart TV, but I had an LG smart TV. And so it wouldn't work afterwards. And I think I had to email you again and say something's going on, or we met at a meeting, and sent out another bunch of guys, and they said, well, this isn't right. And they discovered that you need to have a special cable for certain TVs. So if there's some brand issues, that needs to be communicated to people because people are going out to buy some smart TVs. So if there's some brand issues and there's a different cable, because they came back subsequently and said, we had to get a special cable for such and such, There's no way I would have known that whatsoever. And I also have the same printer issues. I have one computer that I can print to. I've kept my, what is that? West Coast. I've kept West Coast keep going. And I have a Netgear router. And I find that one computer keeps defaulting to Netgear and bumping off Ting, which is annoying because then I go to print something and I have to go back in and say, okay, what are we doing? So something Auto Connect is not doing. And if it's to shut down the other, I'm still paying for.
Are both networks named the same?
No.
Okay, that tells us too that you were prior to, right?
Right.
So you can go back and make your Ting network, call it the same as your West Coast Internet network and use the same password, and that should solve a lot of that issue. Okay, so go do that.
Yeah, because if I want to print, I have to go to one printer and have my
Change
other
it.
ones emailed to that.
Change that Ting network to your old network, and they're both on the same name and the same password. Your LG TV.
How do you do that? I mean, do you have to call West Coast? I don't know.
Oh, no.
With your Eero app?
Huh?
You can do it on the Eero app?
Yeah.
The West Coast?
No. Your Eero app?
Yes.
Yeah, just go in there and change your network name and username and your password back to the West Coast Internet. Same thing, same thing.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
it.
my West Coast comes up as Netgear, which is the router name.
Right, that's the router.
Okay.
And because that installer called it Netgear whatever.
At the time.
And now you're going to call your Ting Netgear whatever, unless you change both network names, right? And change the password for both of them.
Yeah, and there's a couple other technical things. So I'm on that, I should be on that list where they come back and check because there was some things before that you solved other problems. So I won't belabor the meeting. But thank you.
You can always reach out to me and we can
Right.
discuss it. And that helps me when I go out and talk to other people. The LG television thing is a challenge because, for one, this LG that she has, we don't know when it was made. Was it pre-2017? What model number?
No, it's fairly new, actually.
Yeah, so see, hers is new, but your LG may be 20 years old. Totally different operating systems. So it's a little hard for us to... I know that LG is cumbersome. Same with the Samsung. That's also cumbersome. But what I do know is the Fire TV and a Roku TV works really well with what we were hoping to show you with DirecTV.
Well, I can only tell you that, like other residents, I'm pretty certain I got my TV at Costco.
Right.
And so, with
Amazon.
18,600 people here who shop at Costco, you're going to be running into that. So whatever it is. And my final comment was at a GRF meeting too, is that I really wish that since we own or operate our own webpage, that we don't have a Ting icon at the very top, a button that you can press that takes it right into Ting with Q&A. Because every time you go into it, you really do have to kind of deep dive into the website.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rick Baum, Unit 256N. I was scheduled for installation on November 11. And when the technician showed up, I had the space cleared next to my living room television, and he said, oh no, I need to go to your bedroom. And I couldn't figure out why, but he told me that that was the cheapest and the fastest place to put the modem router. And I said I didn't want it there. And he said, well, I have to put you back on a list. So I've talked to Kent, very nice gentleman, but I think I've been ignored at least 3 or 4 times. And different gentlemen walking around the neighborhood with the vests on, I've asked them, they go on their phone, and they said, well, okay, we put some communication in about your reinstallation, but November 11th till now, I still have not got anything.
Right. So that's the key. He mentioned it earlier, first time. November 11th. November 11th was when we were not happy with the crews. And we asked them to come in on a weekend, and about 30 of them were let go. The entire crews and company let go. So everything got held back. And as I mentioned a little while ago, some of you, we're going to come back to you. We call it Note 11. You might be in Note 11. Well, Yeah, you feel like you're ignored because everybody around you is getting service and you had an appointment before them and no one ever came back. Well, because that was not done properly. Nodes are about 450 homes. That one happens to be closer to the Gate 5 area, or Gate 1 actually, before you get to Gate 5. And we're coming back to those people specifically to make sure it's done right. So kind of pretend we've never even discussed this, continue using West Coast Internet, and the best thing is you're going to get a better service, better quality installer, and have it done right.
So somebody will return.
We're not leaving, there's 12,736 homes plus facilities, and not one of them is going to be dark before we finish this.
All right, great.
Hi, sorry, excuse me, sir. I just wanted to confirm with you. I see that there was some construction at your unit. Is it completed?
Yeah, the reason I called Kent a third or fourth time is I had my patio enclosed.
Yes.
And I said the channel that they're going to have to run their cable in will run through that structure. So I gave him about a month's notice to get the cable run before the patio enclosure was complete.
Okay.
Now the enclosure is complete, and he said that at that time, he said, well, I guess that we'll just have to figure out a way to get it to your living room. So, yeah, that's complete.
We haven't even talked about that, right? The people with these enclosed patios, and then you have people that have enclosed patios on top of your enclosed patio. In our track is in your enclosed patio.
Yes.
So now we can't have a ladder to move the fiber line through or anything like that. So this has been a big challenge. All these enclosed patios are very difficult for our crews to get through. And
Well, that's why
I realize that you all enjoy it.
I gave them a heads
but
up on
it is
that.
difficult. So if you see some challenges, if you know what fishing is, they basically try and get the cable onto a wire, think of the longest coat hanger you ever had, and just start pushing it through one end of your enclosure to the end. And what is that, 25 feet?
About 20 feet.
Yeah, so it's a challenge. So like I said, construction's a bit difficult, but we'll definitely be getting back to you. We won't ever leave anyone without.
I'll have someone reach out to you next week.
Hi, I'm here again. I'm a tech idiot, and so when I have people install things, like I have the option for one of the cable companies to install it myself, or to pay $300 and have them come do it, I always have them come do it. And with West Coast Internet, they came and they did everything. They made sure my TV in my bedroom was working and hooked up too. Now you're saying I might need to raise this modem, and I might need to get another box. And if I do, I need someone from Ting to come make sure that the box is talking to each other and that the TV's working.
We're going to do something better than that, because the PC Club and the Mac Club have the resident engineers. They're resident engineer internet RISE. So, pardon? Resident Internet Support Experts. I'm not going to quote, but it's less than, let's just say $75. Boom, boom, boom. This guy's going to be an expert, network everything, like the gentleman behind you, and everything's going to be working.
So how do I reach them?
RISE, the PC Club.
PC Club?
Yeah, we did have a bunch of flyers out, but you go to the PC Club, and or email Gary, president of the PC Club, or give him a call. He'll answer right now. and they'll be able to, and honestly, that's what I would do. Unless your grandson or a neighbor can help, we have a couple of neighbors here that are helping other neighbors because they've already been through some of this process. So if you can help a couple neighbors in each building, that's going to take a lot of pressure off of us as we try to help people. And we haven't even talked about DirecTV yet, so it's going to be a challenge. RISE, or get a hold of Gary. He'll take care of you. Yeah. If we can take the last two.
Yeah, mine's a quickie.
Well, okay.
Me?
Well, you both already had questions, so what is your question?
Okay, my building hasn't been installed yet, so just two quick questions. That Eero box, the additional one, if we buy it for the back bedroom, do you just plug that in, or
Yeah,
just plug it into an electrical
so yeah,
outlet?
that's going to be interesting. That's a great question. So this one actually connects to the gray box through Ethernet, but once you plug in that little Eero 6 extender or even one of these, they just talk to each other through Wi-Fi, and then it says, oh yeah, I know you. So it's going to take that signal, I'm going to boost it and put it into this area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then my other question is on DirecTV. Are we taking those questions now, or is that later?
We can try.
I
kind of wanted to show it to you because it's pretty cool. Maybe I would answer some of your questions.
It's more a billing question. I read in the Village Breeze that the fee for that is $25 a
Correct.
month for direct. We use YouTube TV. We don't use the cable
Right.
TV at all. How do we opt out of that?
So you can't really, and you do, so she says she uses YouTube TV, but you're paying $85 a month?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait till you see this.
But I don't
so-
want.
Okay, so you
there's
can't.
a reason why
we all
use
live
YouTube
here in
TV.
this community because we agreed that when we bought a property and rent a property, it's a shared cost concept. If you like to play tennis, I'm happy for you. I don't play tennis, but I'm going to help you pay for the tennis courts. If you ride horses, I'm going to help you pay for the horses in the equestrian center. Now, people don't realize in their assessment, which is what now, $900, $31.92 is going to your basic channel lineup. So if you plug in a TV at home and you get 2 through 80 or 90, that's what that pays for. If you rent a set-top box, then you get more channels. But people don't realize you're paying $31.92 plus YouTube TV, because that $31.92 is in your assessment. In 2027, January of 2027, we're going to flop that. Your $31.92 is going to be $25 in your assessment. And you're going to get HBO Max and Paramount Plus with Showtime for free. No ads. That's a whole nother discussion if you have that. Do you understand that?
I hear you.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but
Right.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had YouTube TV. I've been demoing this for about 4 months. Way better. How many of you don't have a set-top box? There's usually at least half, okay? You can't record. You can't see a guide. You can't pause. You can't have a movie and go back to the beginning. If you want to watch the 6 o'clock CBS morning show, pardon? You can't change the channel. Oh yeah, right. This is different. And then you can actually even, if you sign up with Google, your Gmail account, ABC, boom, takes you to ABC. I want to see the Rich Eisen show. Rich Eisen show takes you right to it. You don't need to worry about putting in button, going up and down. You can just tell your remote what channel you want to see, what program you want to see. We hope to show you that when we get through
All right,
questions.
we'll take these last 2 questions and then we'll show that demo.
Okay. I want to put in a plug for the PC Club. Their technicians have come out to my place several times, and it's well worth the money and the help, so they're good guys. Secondly, I'm in 906 down by the creek, so we haven't been installed yet. We're close. Are you going to do another meeting like this, so if we have issues after installation, we have this kind of contact, because it's wonderful.
We will speak. Actually, Jose, today's what?
I think this is our third time?
He forgot. Today's our day off.
Oh, yeah.
But we wanted to come and speak to you because we were asked to be here. So if the PC Club, which has invited us numerous times, the Mac Club, we spoke to the Theater Guild one rainy night. Any club wants us to come out and explain this because we need to get the word out. And then you have new people that are like finding out, what are you doing? We're here. So we will have, United has another town hall. We will be there. GRF has a town hall, Third Mutual. And again, it's kind of the same message. So if you see one of those town halls and it's about Ting and the internet, come on over. We're going to take your questions, whether you live in the towers or whether you live here in United.
Man, Paul's been here a long time, been here for 46 years. He's not going anywhere. Happy to help. I'm the new guy here, only 18 years for me. So we're here to help you however we can.
So, not to beat a dead horse, but I've been hearing a lot of the complaints have to do with the placement of your fiber modem, and I get the sense that in our unit, again, the question I asked earlier, is it going to be in the same or a reasonable spot where our cable modem is now? And I'm hoping that is the case, because if you're going to pull the conduit down, that would be where you would do it. But now I'm hearing different crews have different ideas and this. So when they get to my unit, am I going to get the happy crew, or am I going to get this crew that's going out to lunch? I don't mean to make it up.
We have a lot of different crews out here, and you all kind of have seen them, right? And I mean, it is a tough job. You have crews from Las Vegas, Tucson, Arizona, especially because there's a big project out there. It's a very transitory profession. We have Michigan, we have Argentina, we have Vietnam. So the crews are just like, all we're trying to do is coach them that, look, the reason we've been here so long is because we understand you and we respect your property and who you are. And that's the message we keep telling them. So you should get a crew that knows exactly the standards. We're going in the living room. And you know what? Your cable modem could be on the ceiling. But we're not going to go there because, we could have had extensions and who knows whatever else go with that cable to put that net gear with all the antennas on it there. So what we'll do when the installer knocks, be very communicative with them and say, where are you going to put this? And go, well, it's going to go right here, and make them explain everything to you. And when they leave, make sure you're happy. And
so they will do that, because that's my point.
Yes.
I happen to know in my unit, again, I've done cabling in the past, and I happen to know that there's a couple of ways you can get into my unit. And if they pick the easiest one, it's the least convenient for me. But if they pick the one that's maybe a little bit, they got to go up on the roof and drop the cable down from the roof, that might be a little bit more inconvenient for them, but I'm living with the results. So, I mean, I don't mean to push it, but it would be nice if they contacted me before I say, hey, guys, there is a conduit on the top. You can come down this way, and then put it exactly where it belongs now.
And let's go back to this again, the standard. It needs to go with common sense in the living room. Well, I don't want it in the living room. I have all my stuff here. Well, this equipment is kind of like your plumbing and your lights. If you have a, chandelier or something like that, when you move out, you aren't going to take that stuff. You aren't going to take this either. This is property of Ting. It's really a GRF project. So you might want it over there, and then when Mrs. Jones comes in and buys your unit next year, guess what? Why is this right here? Oh, because this guy said he had all this equipment here and da-da-da. So we're just battling ourselves. We're really...
No, all I'm asking, this case you're bringing up is not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is to just leave it where it is now or bring it down. Because when they pull the coax before, the coax comes down the ceiling and goes into that spot. So then they should be able to pull a fiber cable next to it. The fiber is smaller than a coax.
Right, but again, we don't know where that cable came from. Some of you are sharing coaxial cable with your neighbor. We just put a splitter on it and send it the other way. So you should know that.
Is that legal?
So, yeah, because just RF signal, it's nothing. So, we will have to see where it is. Again, communicate. Where are you going to put it? Does that seem like a reasonable place to put it? Is it going to be on the floor? No, I don't want it on the floor. So just communicate with them.
Thank you.
How many models do we have of homes here? How many models? Almost 100. And then all of you have remodeled those models. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's a Cadiz. I walk in, it's like, I have no idea what this is. Somebody's remodeled it. It looks beautiful, but the floor plan is completely different.
And I appreciate all your guys' hard work, but all I'm asking is, and you are doing it, just keep communicating with us, because that's the biggest problem, is lack of communication. Not to say you're doing that, but we want that communication, so we know what's going on as neighbors. Thank you.
Paul, could I just mention that the Discovering Laguna Woods show for this month, and we'll leave it up for next month, takes you through the install for 2 residents, Mark Rabinowitz and Dee Tucker, the complete install of the system. So if
Sounds
anybody
great.
wants to see it happen, we've got it on the show.
Thank you. Again, she said, Discovering Laguna Woods Village with Cindy Whitney. Don't wait for Thursday at 6 o'clock or whatever time your show is. I forget what it is. Go, what time? 9:30 a.m. on what days? On Wednesday and Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Or go to the Village Television YouTube channel and just put Discovering Laguna Woods Village or put Cindy Whitney, and you can watch all her episodes. And that way you don't have to wait till Wednesday. So be sure and do that.
Okay, Paul?
Do we have,
One quick clarity thing. They showed up there the phones for the app, and it was an iPhone. Is the app available on Android?
Yeah, Google Play.
Google Play.
Yeah, and some phones are cumbersome, but yeah, same with TVs. Do we have time to show you some DirecTV?
Perfect.
All right, let's see if we.
He'll be fast, he promises.
Okay.
All right, as he's coming up and getting that all set up, again, we're going to give you a preview of what's going to go on with DirecTV. We're really excited about it. We haven't actually demoed this yet, so you are the guinea pigs. As a reminder, this is going to start to be rolled out in August. So just something to look forward to. And
it's like a green screen.
We're looking at this snow that has been falling. Finally, some folks are saying out west. When we look at some of the images, it's slowing down traffic, but I don't think anyone's complaining. And the thing
And when
is,
we practice, it
this
worked
is just the very
phenomenally.
beginning.
Let me tell you.
There's a large dip in the jet that has parked itself over the west. It's opening the door for multiple storms to come moving through, dumping mountain snow, also looking at some.
all right. And yours will work much
Here's
better
our
than
next
that.
storm system. So I
There we
talked
go.
about that dip in the jet does something like this.
Okay.
We have our low that sits right around here.
Drew, can you bring the audio
and
down,
that's going to come
please?
swinging in as we head into the next couple of days or so. So watching how things have kind of taken
Bring it down
shape
a
by
little bit.
tomorrow morning, you're looking at some of this rain that starts to
So
impact
this is
California,
DirecTV.
moving into parts of Oregon as we take shape into the holiday weekend.
This is what
it does
everyone
come in the
will
form
receive.
of rain
So
if
if
you're
you
out
don't
towards
have
the
a guide-
coastline, San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego. Snow a little bit
Can you hear me?
inland across
Okay.
the mountains. We're talking about the Sierra, back
So
towards
if you
the
don't have a
mountains,
guide now,
moving into,
and you can't
even the
record
Cascades.
your favorite
Now, you'll look at
programs,
the percent of average
you
snow,
now can
and there's a
record
lot
by
of
just
ground
hitting the
on
red
map. So
button.
that indicates that we're anywhere from
Hey
about
Drew, go ahead and turn it
25
down,
to
and we'll
90.
just talk a little bit about it. Thank you. You'd just be able to record all your programs. The neat thing about it, this is all. So I have it sorted right now. You can sort by A to Z, or I have it right now actually sorted by channel. And all you have to do is go to channel. So it has all the local networks. If you are a KTLA fan, we have it back. And that's a channel that's now back. A couple of nice things that I like is you can make your favorites, because let's be honest, we only really watch about 10 or 15 networks. So instead of watching hundreds of them go scrolling through, you can just put everything into your favorite, make it a heart, and you can make that program, Judge Judy, a heart, and you won't miss any episodes of Judge Judy. Probably one of the richest people on television, which is amazing. It tells you a lot about what's happening on television. But one of the nice things I like about it is it has this thing called the Locals Mix. Look at that. So right now, if Drew had the audio up, you would be hearing ABC. So you could see, oh, well, there's a commercial on ABC. I don't want to watch that. I'm going to go over here and watch CBS.
Our Team USA
And it'll be like
athletes want
that.
to shine a light
And I clicked
on
it twice, so it gave you the full screen.
An anti-amyloid treatment for early symptomatic Alzheimer's disease.
You also saw, you
slow
can
the
bring it
progression
down.
of the disease.
You also saw a little microphone below, because if you use your Gmail account, you hit the microphone and you just say Judge Judy, and it goes right to it. You just say ESPN, goes right to it. So this is the mix. There's also a mix for news. So I think it's Fox News, CNN, MS Now, another one. And you can't pick them. Right now, you can't pick them. YouTube is working on software where you would pick your 4. So it's like your favorite 4 sports channels or your 4 favorite news channels. You'll be able to do that. But this is kind of neat. It kind of just shows you everything. And also, if you like movies, we can go to movies. Let's see what's on. Let's try Harry Potter. Okay, that's Harry Potter. It's on Sci-Fi. I want to watch that. And look, it says start from beginning. Whoa, that's pretty cool. You cannot do that with your TV right now. I guarantee you that. So now it's basically buffering the show previous to the start. It's going to show a commercial. And guess what? You can watch the movie all the way from the beginning again, even though it's an hour and a half in. So that's a nice little thing to have. You're also going to get this remote. It's actually much bigger than a Roku or your Samsung especially. And it has the voice activation. It has numbers too if you want to just put in channel 11. See, look how it starts from the beginning. That's pretty amazing. And so just say I wanted channel 11 instead. You go right to it. And it actually, think about it right now. We are using this room's Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is pretty good, but when you have 100 people in here, your phones are kind of we're all taking up a little bit, and it's working really, really well. So that's the kind of experience you'll have in your home. The nice thing is you get 2 boxes. If you have a really good smart TV, you don't need a box. You can just use the app. If you like to watch TV outside on your tablet, you can do that. All you need is Wi-Fi. If you go to Arizona or Wisconsin for 6 months, because that's where you live, you take the box with you and you get all of the same programming, they're going to now say, oh, wait a sec, they can tell where this box is. So they go, oh, wow, you're in Boise. So they go, are you there for a little bit? And you're like, yeah, I'm going to be here for 6 months. You don't have to pay your satellite provider or your YouTube TV or your cable operator. You're going to save, whatever that company charges you, $100 a month for TV or whatever. So that's going to save you a lot of money there. So this just tells you, what kind of quality you have. And then all of the, you can sort it, you can save, you can record, you can go back and watch it. You can do a lot of wonderful things. So there also is, this just, look, see, it tells me, hey, just use your voice. I don't want to say dummy, but yeah, if we signed up that way, it would. But you see some movie channels here, Paramount Plus with Showtime. That will be there for you. And you'll have a username and password for that, and you'll be able to watch whatever movie's on there. HBO Max is the same. Yeah, Mike. Favorites, I just click the heart. Well, that I have to subscribe for that one. But see, and same with Netflix. If you put your Netflix username and password in here, boom, you don't have to go to your home screen of your TV and then go to Netflix. Prime is also in there. Hulu, if you have Hulu, Disney. So you could really customize this to all of your apps if you wanted to. Here's that news mix I was sharing with you. So if you want to watch Lawmakers Finger Pointing, you can watch that. If you want to go over here, you go to Riddled. It's kind of all the same, just different.
Can I answer that question as far as how do you make your favorites? An amazing part about this is that DirecTV is actually going to send us a representative. They'll have a representative 3 days a week. We're going to have them over at the community center. They're going to be upstairs. We're going to have this so you can come over and you can feel it and touch it and do it. Not doing that yet because we'll forget between now and August. But the closer that we get, we're going to have all of those folks on hand. So just kind of giving you a preview to let you get excited. We'll have more of the hands on how to do things like that then.
We do have a monitor at the Mac Club, and the PC Club also has a monitor. I don't encourage you to just go walking in there all the time. Maybe make an appointment and have someone show you quickly how it works. And as Jose just mentioned, we will Paramount Network. That's not on our basic lineup. There's a lot of stuff that if you rent a set-top box, if you want Ovation, the Paramount Network, there's a couple other ones, you would have to pay to rent the set-top box. It's included in this channel lineup. The HBO Max and Paramount Plus with Showtime are included, and HBO is with Cinemax. That's what the Max is for. And everybody goes, oh, well, that's the ads. Well, your generation started all the ads. No ads. So if you're paying $12.99 for one of those, you call them up and say, hey, we're transitioning to this. They'll make sure that you have it, and you won't have to pay the $12.99 anymore. You only have to pay the $9.99. So now you're going to save $25 more per month. Anyone, I can hear you. So is there something really? And right now, yes, Jim.
I just want to say that for the residents who have vision disabilities, this is going to be a great thing. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. And you can have closed captioning and things like that. Okay, we'll try and. Yes, sir.
We record a lot.
Yes. 20 hours. Right. You can pay extra for other cloud storage. He mentioned he has the TiVo product, which is our best product in broadband. TiVo stopped making the product 1.5 years ago, and we can't support it, get other boxes, and and we've had tremendous issues with the hard drive. But if you record a lot, that also, if you guys are Major League Baseball, NBA TV, you go to the DirecTV website and say, I want to add the sports tier and whatever that might be, and I want to add their ultimate everything. Well, then you would pay them directly, and then that would just, you would just have your $25 taken out of your HOA fee come January. Because think about this. This rolls out in August for some of you. You won't pay for any of it until January. That's the same thing with the internet. Yes, so on your TV, you're going to see your apps. So you're going to see your DirecTV app. You're going to see your Prime or Netflix or your YouTube TV or your Hulu, and you'll be able to do all of that. That's not going to change. It's just another thing. Cindy? Stars? No, I think that's extra. Yeah. There are some trade-offs, because honestly, you saw a couple letters about the Golf Channel, because they found out the Golf Channel is not part of this package. One of the reasons we're in the mess we're in is that sports programming is so expensive. Yeah, so GRF has had programming, since the 60s? And every year it goes up 10 to 12%, sometimes 15% if we're negotiating with ABC and Disney and NBC. So sports is very expensive. So the Golf Channel is on their sports tier. The Golf Channel is not on another basic tier in the world. It just happened to fall in your lap here for some reason. So if you like sports, go with the sports tier. And then the other thing we want to mention is, and YouTube TV had done this to us too, and DirecTV has done this, is that you get that introductory offer. Yeah, $25, that's great. And then next year it's like $85. We have contractual obligations with DirecTV with a 6-year contract. It cannot go up more than 5%. 5% of $25 is like $1.50. So just think about that. In 2028, I'm going to pay $26 for all of this. If I had this with Cox Communications, it would cost me easily $160 to $180 a month. And go anywhere else, go to Tustin, go to Los Angeles, anywhere else. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you hit the red button. That's all you do. Yeah, and they'll ask you, okay, you want to record episodes or do you want to record the entire series? It's if you're familiar with the DVR, it's the exact same thing. No extra equipment, and actually you don't even, if your TV downloads go home tonight just for fun and download the DirecTV app, you don't even, it's going to go to the cloud. We're kind of getting used to that now, right? What's the cloud? It's up there somewhere. It's in a data center in Oklahoma somewhere. Yes, ma'am.
I don't do a lot of streaming on sports, but I have certain shows that I like. Sundays I like to watch 60 Minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
I know I go to the TV at 7 o'clock and turn on channel 2 and it's there.
Yeah.
What's going to happen here?
Well, if it's Sunday, your 60 Minutes is going to come on. The beauty of it is, say you're going to go out to dinner that night. Well, you're just going to record 60 Minutes, go to dinner, come back and watch it, or watch it the next day. If it's your favorite program, be sure and record it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's still the same. It's Los Angeles, so you're going to see a lot of interesting Los Angeles commercials, but it's all of Los Angeles to San Clemente. Yes, ma'am. Right. Yeah. We're back to internet. So she said she saw people working in their neighborhood and on her building that they're doing the pre-wire, which is good. But, you know, they still have other things to do before they actually have the guts to call you and say, we're ready. So just pretend that, yes, we have we have now 10 months to make sure it happens. Right. Well, she's bringing up a lot of stuff about old technology that that's not where our future is going. So your question is going to be, well, can I go back to my bedroom TV and actually watch a show? Okay. If you wanted DirecTV and you want to buy it today, it's basically what they call their entertainment package. I believe it's about $85. And again, is it 50?
It's on sale.
It's on sale for $50 right now. Yeah. Yeah, if you're in a real hurry and you want to have DirecTV, you can get rid of the boxes. And yes. Yeah, if you're going to have a long question, then that's okay. Yeah, so basically she's asking, well, her boxes aren't that good because, you know, set-top boxes are old technology. Well, they were great until they died. And then manufacturers said, who makes these anymore? No one. So you would just turn in your boxes, quit paying broadband the $36, and use that $36 to get whatever you want. Yeah. You would transition in some way because you already have a DirecTV account. Yes, sir.
So we currently have a DirecTV account even though we don't have the service?
No.
And then I can put it on my Roku machine, my Roku device.
Yes, but you don't have a Laguna Woods Village DirecTV account yet. People in August will slowly get boxes, and we will activate those boxes, and you will have this. But it's a slow transition.
So once I get the account, then even if I want to watch DirecTV on my Roku device, I will have an account. I can just log in on my Roku device.
Yes, sir. And your phone and your tablet. You get 4 devices. Yes, ma'am. Yes, they're HDMI, and we did that because some TVs are not smart TVs. Jose talked about that, but most TVs do have an HDMI connection. So that box makes your not so smart TV a smarter TV. and then you can use it that way. It's just HDMI and power, you know, they're very small and thin. No, well, right now, if you wanted Ovation today, you would have to rent a box from GRF. And I just happen to know that, but Ovation is on this lineup. So like I said, there's trade-outs for certain things. Well, that's because you have a box, right? Yeah. If you don't have a box, you don't have Ovation. Right, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you won't ever have to worry about that ever again. You won't have to worry about, oh, I need a box in my bedroom, I need a box in my living room, I need a box in this room. You're going to get 4 placements to put wherever you want. Okay?
All right, Paul, we'll have time for like 2 more questions.
Okay. There's 2 in the back right there because we haven't really touched them. I believe it's 5. That's a quick one. That's a good question. Yeah, 4 plus 1 then. That's a lot. Yes, ma'am. Good. Say, finally. Okay. This is a tough question. DirecTV is a big organization, right? We have 12,736 homes. They have 12 million subscribers. Hey, would you include our little local origination, Laguna Woods Village Television? No. So a year and a half ago, we gave you the Village Television app, whether you know it or not. Go on your phone, go to your smart TV, download the Village Television app, and you will see our live stream. And then, like we're really going to push is the YouTube channel. So like we said, if you missed Cindy's show, then just go to YouTube and watch it whenever you want. Every single piece of content except for movies is on the YouTube channel. Movies will not be able to be captured because we have licensing and copyright requirements for them. But we'll be having, so how I see this in your homepage, DirecTV Stream app, Village Television app, Prime, Netflix, YouTube TV, City Channel. One more question, or is that it? Wow.
All right, well, thank you. Bailey, Paul, Jose, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. And thank all of you. You were a very good audience today. I really appreciate it. Next month, really. Oh, I have a plug. 2 plugs. First plug is United. We have 2 open seats on the director's side. So if you'd like to become a director, we'd really like you to go down the applications we've taken for the next 2 weeks. And there's a bonus. The 2 slots are open, are only for the next 8 to 9 months. And then we'll go to the regular election. So if you'd like a taste of it, go down to the center and fill out the application. Thank you, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.